Now, I know that your head is buzzing and full to the brim of all things COVID-19 and coronavirus, and the thought of one more opinion might just make your head want to explode. But don't worry, that's not really what this video is about. However, as a beauty business owner yourself, whether that be for a salon, a spa, or a clinic, whether you're a solo therapist, a lash artist, or an esthetician, then you're probably dealing with a pretty high level of anxiety, of stress, and of worry at the moment. I mean, every single person is. This is affecting all of us in one way or another, and then everyone has their own specific challenges to deal with as well. But as a business owner, whether that responsibility is just for yourself, that might include your family as well if you're the main earner, or whether you employ people and therefore you have the responsibility for them as well, you cannot afford to simply ignore what's going on. Now, lots of you have been reaching out to me in the past couple of days and weeks for my thoughts, for any advice that I can give, and I hope that I've been helping you and reassuring you, those that I've actually been able to speak to. But what became very clear was that as much as this situation itself is a source of worry, this was added to and compounded by the fact that people just don't really know what they should be doing, what they should be focusing on from their business point of view at the moment. Now, any time that you can find to work amongst looking after the kids if the schools are closed, taking care of others, trying to find somewhere online that you can order food from that still has slots available, and all the other things that we're having to get used to, when you do find time to work, you kind of sat at your desk wanting to be effective, but possibly just checking emails, having calls with people. But beyond that, it's just a bit of a bewildered daydream. So what I decided to do is I decided to create the very thing you need, the what you should be focusing on right now plan for you and your beauty business. Now, back when I used to work primarily with corporate clients, one of the things that I'd often get hired to do was to help businesses get out of some sort of crisis that they've been in. Now, whilst this situation that we're in right now has never happened before, the first thing we used to do when dealing with a major problem inside of a business was to create a crisis management plan, to make sure that we had all the bases covered, to make sure we had our actions in order, and more than anything, to make sure everyone knew what was happening and nothing was left out. Now, when we did this, it immediately made everyone feel better, just having that plan. And that's exactly what I've decided to do for you. So whether you know me already or not, everything I create to help beauty business owners is step by step. And this crisis management plan is no different. I cover all the big topics: money, communication, taking ownership, your team, new working practices, your new brand and marketing, and how to adjust all of that, plus planning for reopening and how to take action right now. And because I know your head is all over the place, I've loaded it up with practical ideas of my own that you can put in place, including ways of keeping an income coming in whilst you're on lockdown. And so that you don't miss any steps out, there's also a checklist built into it so you can actually tick off your progress as you go, knowing that you're taking action, and that in itself should help calm your nerves and bring down that level of anxiety that you're feeling. Now, I've made it as easy as possible to get a copy. There are links in the description for this video, but the easiest way is to go to beautybusinesspodcast.com/crisis. That'll take you to a web page with the crisis plan on it. That's beautybusinesspodcast.com/CRISIS. Crisis. Now go and get a copy right now and stop procrastinating, stop daydreaming or doing everything like being drawn into social media just as a way to avoid dealing. Now, I've done all the planning for you. You just need to take action, and I can almost guarantee that once you start actually doing something that you know is helping your business, you'll immediately start to feel better. And you'll also be better positioned to come out of this more quickly once things start to get back to normal. Now, once you've started work on this plan and you're starting to feeling more in control of your business, if you'd like more ideas, please do come and join me on the Beauty Business Podcast, where over the next few weeks, I'm going to be focusing on slightly more normal topics, trying to avoid using the word coronavirus, but concentrating on things that you can still be doing to grow your beauty business as much as possible, even in these very strange times that we find ourselves in. I hope you'll join me on the podcast.